Hi guys, hello Mary, meet everybody's MicheleMarieDalene. I got the iPhone out today because I wanted to shake the dust from it. And I wanted to see if it still works as good as it did, and still does. So let's get started. Number one, I wanted to first of all let everybody know I know nothing about what happened to Travis. The Winston police never got back to me. I have no clue what happened to him, who he is. But apparently they have enough contact information because 211 did manage to call him back in that phone call, if you remember. And so they were able to talk to him. But the sad truth is, we don't know nothing about it. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is the issue of just that. Is it a good idea to do that kind of thing in all cases? Now, we all know Michelle. People sometimes call and have fun, and they're not always serious. But sometimes I wonder if people really think about it. Okay, I mean, no one even wondered. Nobody can, sometimes you can't tell if the person's serious or not, so you have no idea. I remember a couple of years ago hearing about this radio show where it was a kind of online live radio confession show, and the guy admitted he killed his girlfriend. And the DJ couldn't tell if he was serious or not. Turns out he was serious. He really did kill his girlfriend. And the thing is, that just brings up a good point. So how do you know when a person is being serious or not? I don't know. I do question that. Now, I wanted to use the iPhone 4S because I wanted to see if the hair looks any different versus the other camera. We already know what the other camera looks like. We already see it, right? All the time. My hair is growing in. It did grow in pretty well. And I saw that in the video I was doing for the reviewing of the adhesive. That, of course, I still have a part in my hair, and I still have, salt and cinnamon hair, because my hair's gone gray. I'm 52 years old, you can expect that. And I also remember last time I used to upload these videos, that they have to be less than 15 minutes long, if you want to go with the phone itself to upload. Oh. So, let's keep it short. Anyway, people like them short. We got a lot of new subscribers that came onto the channel, and Henderson was on last night. He briefly came in on the end. He didn't really say much more than hello, and I think with all the mayhem that was going on, nobody knew what was going on. And that's why I had the Winston police officer explain to the audience and the Schmegel cat what was going on, so that everybody understood that, they were taking this serious. So if the person was cranking the calls, then that person has basically just wasted the time of a first responder to come out to deal with a prank call. It's almost as bad as pizza calls. If you, I have had pizzas try to be delivered to my address all the way from North Carolina. Like, excuse me, do you not notice I don't live in your city? You're going to mail me a pizza all the way from North Carolina? And they're like, I said, who paid for the pizza? And they say, oh, well, they just said they want to pay cash. Honey, first of all, I don't live in North Carolina. Okay? And second of all, I didn't order a pizza. So, I'm not going to pay for a pizza that by the time it finally comes in the mail, it's going to be cold and stale, and no one's going to want to eat that. Oh, maybe some would. I guess if somebody was really, really desperate for an ABC pizza and they happen to be in New York State, they might call up ABC Pizza, but I'm sure they'll probably arrange your pickup, Yeah, pizza will be ready in about 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there in about 3 hours. Can you just put it aside for me, and I'll pick it up as fast as I can carry it. Honestly, seriously, guys, if you do want to order a pizza that was going to take that long to get here, you really would have already planned ahead, right? Right. So I'm trying to grow my channel. We are growing. Oh, but I wanted to talk about the other channel. Oh, Lord. Yeah. the other one. Me and Lumi do argue on camera. We do. Yeah, I know sometimes it can appear like a little bit rough, but it's a high-stress environment. Michelle was getting totally disoriented in that dungeon. She couldn't figure out how to get out. She was totally lost. Then when we finally did figure out how to get out to the sewers, then Michelle kept getting killed by these monsters outside the drain pipe. And so, you know, people just kind of forget that. That was really a hard thing in the game. That's why Michelle decided to basically go back to Goldshire and do a few other quests, and then go back. It's gonna go back to Stormwind, and it's gonna go back to the Mage Quarters. It's gonna go to the portal, then from the portal go back to Borealis. Finish part of the quest, which is to deal with Ashrain. The magic powder quest. Yeah. I remember when I first played the character in beta, I had the same problem. Was like, the difference was I was a mage with some additional new abilities that mages had, and they were, one of them was kind of similar to Arcane Eruption, where you could basically blast frost powers out everywhere and take, because my mages are frost mages, and so she was able to take out like 5 or 6 guards at a time, and now, of course, as a warrior, it's 1-on-1. And so, plus she could also throw frost bolts from a distance. My warrior doesn't have any kind of weapons. They're ranged weapons, so, she can't go out there, and because she doesn't have training for a gun. She can get training for a gun now. Or a crossbow. But if she did, here's the thing. In all reality, did you seriously think a prison is going to let a person keep a two-handed sword in their back? Well, I guess they had to make some exceptions in the game. Yeah, because obviously, if you're a warrior, unless you're a monk or something, using your bare fists, you're going to basically be pretty limited. Extremely. Okay, so I guess that's the exception that World of Warcraft made for to make it practical for a person to break out of the Ashrain detention center, as I call it. But no matter. That quest, I did it with that guy Flynn. That guy Flynn, in one way, is kind of cute. And in his way he talks to you, but you know damn well that he is, for an NPC, he's not really particularly helpful. Okay, well, demonstrating the flash powder, or gunpowder explosives was kind of good, but honestly, he's kind of difficult for a person who is legally blind to follow, because you got to remember, I can't see that well, and especially I'm only seeing like a small patch of screen, like about this. Think about who hits a display kind of thing. So I mean, there could be something way over here in the corner, and I don't see it, and it's coming at me, and I'm like over here, I'm pointing here, so this guy's over here, he's go bah, and he knocks me flat on my ass. That's what happened with Vishera in Goldshire. She was getting the mail. She didn't know that someone was trying to beat on her, and then they just went, bam! They took her down. And so she was like totally dazed, confused, and quite dead. So, yeah. And Baronin could see that Goldshire was feisty with duels left and right, and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be involved with this. I just want to park my ass to the bed. I'm tired. My arms are sore. I can just visualize my character's pain, and she's probably got a couple cuts here and there, and probably just wants to lay down and get a good night's sleep. So, yeah. Okay. The real me is starting to experience a little pain in my left knee, on my right knee. So, please, dear gods of the gods, don't make that knee break, because otherwise it would be almost impossible to get up. It certainly would be impossible to walk. I'm walking fine now, which I'll show you. But it's not totally flawless. You can see my left leg is kind of like a peg leg. So it's doing better. But either way, that's something I'm looking forward to have to go through that again. Because once you lose both kneecaps, you're basically fucked. Alright. Then you'll be in a wheelchair for life. I don't need to be there. Yeah, oh, that would suck. That would really suck, alright? So this year, we're going to have a really good winter this year. I promise you that, but we're also going to be very careful not to get hurt and trust the other kneecap. There's no way to do that, we're fucked. Alright, period. So we have our live show tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And we'll see everybody online. And yes, by the way, I did ask the police officers if they could find out how Mike Vitale's doing. Being he's homeless, he doesn't necessarily have a place to live. I do wonder how he's going to fare this winter. I do worry about that. Because reality is I am a very sympathetic person. And I care about everybody. So, yes, homeless Mike is always in my thoughts. As a person, I don't always get along with everything he does, but he's a Taurus. And Taurus and Aquarius can be pretty good companions, but like me and Ed had known from, oh my God, 25 years. All right, so don't pick on the Taurus. They're not bad guys or girls. They just want to be comfortable and have a good life, relax. Hey, I can relate to that. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an airhead. But I'm not that... I'm not that bad. If you think about what I know about... I'm a very deep spiritual thinker. I'm a very compassionate person. Despite what they tell you, I care about you. I care about everybody. I see each one of my characters in my game almost as much as my children. Grown-up children. Maybe Vanya, Beridan, Catty Harris, Michelle Marie, Neanda, Kiradine, all of them. They're like children. Probably forget Valeria is like a child too, adult child. You know, they're like family, and each one of them is special to me because even though technically they're just software, I put a lot of time into the work and trying to bring the characters to where they are in the game now. Of course, Michele, we know, is the badass shut-up priestess who basically can go ahead and mind rape your brain so bad that you won't even basically know what hit you. Or the fact is that Valenia can throw frost bolts that will seriously freeze your nipples within a microsecond. Or the fact is that, you know, Vanya will... and Beridan can cleave you clean into clear and twain. These characters are all like part of my life. They're all part of my, you know, my story. And they certainly, because of COVID-19, have filled a lot of time in my life and a lot of time from my daily events. So yeah, that makes a big difference. People came and watched the show and they get a chance to see a little bit about my inner life with Lumi, and how we interact in the game is kind of how we interact in real life. It's not, we don't fight to hurt each other. No, just sometimes I just like Michelle on. It's just the way we do it. It's just the way we do things. It doesn't mean anything bad. So, everybody, I just want to say right now is that I definitely love having you here as my audience. And all the new people who have come, thank you. We will be live, as I said, 7. Tonight, we'll try to cover more stuff tonight. And we'll see how it goes. Oh yes, the main reason I was going to bring the phone up. That's Rusty, and I'm going to show you an idea of how big he is. That's my phone. That's the cat. I don't know if you saw that, but he's a big kitty, and he wants a big cereal. Honeycomb's big. Yeah. Not small. No. Okay, the point is Rusty is so much bigger than this phone. He's a beast. Okay, in the cat world, he is top cat. Nobody denies the top cat. In fact, he looks like Top Cat TC in the cartoon. He just doesn't wear a hat. He doesn't hang out with a guy named Benny. I know Benny that was a dog. Oh, yeah. Okay, and the point is, kind of cute, honestly. Alright, guys. That's it. I just wanted to give you kind of one of those little short vlogs of what we do, what's going on. Might also bring this up real fast. Stimulus checks. This morning, Nancy Pelosi had a meeting on CNN with Wolf Blitzer. He grilled her like a grilled cheese sandwich over everything that she had done with the stimulus. He was rightfully upset with her for her lack of willing to work with the team of the American people that she's supposed to be served. Now, that is interesting. I've always liked Wolf Blitzer. I always thought he was a good guy. And I think he did a good job. But Nancy Pelosi could not even refute or argue against his observations. She was making excuses to left and right. He was pitching hardballs, similar to what you would see in a presidential debate. And guess what? She kept missing and kept making strikeouts. She could not even explain her logic to her failure to work with the Republicans on the stimulus package. Amazing. Thank you, Wolf Blitzer, for doing something that she was not ready for. She thought she can come on to your interview because you're CNN, that you're democratically supported, and that you were basically going to go ahead and make excuses allow her excuses to wash. Well, they don't. Nope. So, I think she's going to be out of a job. And I think the people in California are going to let her off and say, yeah, there's Rusty. I can see the cat. I wanted to show you Rusty on the camera, but you couldn't see this. Okay, here's the phone again. You can see he's a big boy, big cat. Definitely the big kahuna. Nobody argues with this guy. Nobody argues. Here's the phone. I'm just going to try to show you how big he is. Everybody wonders how big he is. This is my phone. This is the cat. You don't argue with this cat. No. Big pussy. Alright. Anyway, so, how is my hair doing? Well, let's take a look. Looking good. Alright. Alright, so guys, that's enough of that. I'll see you on the 7 o'clock show. Stay out of trouble until then. Or maybe even before and after. Alright? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.